Hi everyone. For today's lesson, we're going to talk about the relationship between pairs of angles, specifically what happens when you add two angles together. So first off, we're going to talk about complementary angles. This is an important vocabulary word that you need to put in your notebook. Complementary angles are two angles that add up to 90 degrees. So it's when the sum means to add, the sum of two angles is 90 degrees. They add up to 90 degrees. Okay, so in this example here, I have angle ABD. ABD, I'm going to put that in purple. And I have angle CBD. I'm going to put that in teal. CBD. They kind of share that one ray over there. They are complementary to each other because I can add them up. This one is 23 degrees plus 67 degrees. They add up to 90 degrees. They are complementary to each other. You can kind of think about the word complementary, like compliment, like, oh wow, your shirt really complements your pants, the color. They go well together. Here's another example, angle PQR. I'm going to put this in this purple. And angle XYZ, put it in this blue. Those two are complementary angles because one is 40 degrees and the other is 50 degrees. They are going to add up to 90 degrees. So they're complementary angles. Okay. The next term we're going to talk about, or the next vocabulary word, is supplementary angles. That's when your two angles add up to, when their sum is 180 degrees. If you remember, 180 degrees is a straight line. So if you were to put them side by side with each other, they should make a straight line. So if you notice, they all have straight lines here. Okay, so here are some examples. We have angle ABD, ABD in pink, and then we have this next angle, angle CBD in this light blue. They are supplementary because one is 128 degrees, another is 52 degrees. They add up to 180 degrees. So they're supplementary angles. Let's do another example over here. We have angle DEF. DEF in this kind of light blue color. And then we have angle LMN in this green. They are supplementary because one is 45 degrees, the other is 135 degrees. They add up to 180 degrees. So they are called supplementary angles. When you put them side by side, they make a straight line. For the complementary from before, you put them side by side and they make the L shape of a right angle. Because if you remember, that's how you can tell there's a right angle. It makes kind of like the corner of your paper. Now, they don't have to be right next to each other. It just means if you were to put them next to each other, they would make either a 90 degree or a straight line for 180 degrees. If they are next to each other, it's another special term. It's called adjacent angles. That's when two angles share a common side and they share the same point, the same vertex. Okay, so the examples we showed above are also adjacent angles for these. These are actually adjacent angles as well because they share an actual side. These, however, are not adjacent because they don't share a side. See, this side is xy, but this side is, yx, and this side is qr. They don't actually share that side. We're just taking them from, they originally were far away from each other and we're putting them close to each other, right? Same here. They don't actually share a side. One is ray EF and the other is ML. We're just putting them next to each other to show that they do add up to either 90 degrees or 180. But only if they share the same side are they going to actually be called adjacent, and they share the same vertex right here. They both have B, they both have B over there. These two do not. One has a Y, one has a Q. One has an E, one has an M. Okay, so up there in our previous examples, we also have adjacent versus not adjacent angles. This one is adjacent. This one is not adjacent right here. They do share kind of the same side, but one vertex is here while the other vertex is over there. They have to share one side and have one common vertex. And that's adjacent angles.